Hello, and welcome to another Rangaroo cast, me Rangaroo, and today we're doing something a little bit different. So on the Wargame subreddit, someone posted at hey, or Porterhouse, I should really be a bit more specific. This is a 2v2 he played, he just wanted some tips or stuff that he could learn to be better at the game, because he is supposedly a new player. So this is exactly what we're going to be doing. I'm mainly going to be focusing more on the Blue Force side on this map, probably put it down onto his point of view at points. But yeah, let's review this from a more nuanced angle. So anyway, let's get down into it. So on the left hand side in blue, Plains Blue 4, we got Porterhouse and Can McVenna. And on the right hand side, in red playing as Red 4, we got Cherokee Freedom and Pampa. And it seems like we got one Yugo deck. Let's speed this up. It's really annoying in the replay thing, you can't actually see decks anymore. Got Yugo and maybe an Eastern Bloc. Well, Blue 4, Porthouse is playing a Blue Dragons deck, while Can McVenna is going for an Israeli, it seems. So we're going to speed things up, get things going, and things are already going. So Porta is going to be going along the left-hand flank here. And let's see, so for his opener, we got some infantry in KFE's 2s, 1M36, Closed Arrow Tansam, very good Nanashiki. And I think he's only sending some of his forces to the left. Or is that all of his stuff? I'm having a feeling it's maybe, is this a low point game? No, it just doesn't really seem to be exactly a Lotch's force. And you have the AA, you have the recon, you have the infantry. You know, if you are going to be doing an early on attack, it's always a good idea to bring in a tank, especially in an open ground engagement like this. A tank kill, yeah, like a K1 or Kaimarat Shiki, usually the bigger tank, the better, is always the best bet to go. But yeah, all he's sending is, yeah, small force. I'm thinking this is just a, like a thousand point game, so 500 per side. So we do have this rather cheesy helicopter rush here from Pampa with Gamma 2s. And they did a fair bit of work with Macbeth, forcing them to pull back. And it did manage to kill a few infantry guys, but nothing too crazy. And Porta, yeah, you're doing the best thing right here, especially on this map. This town is very important. It is pretty risky to run to the forest, as you can see. You know, you could kind of easily get into here, but it's a safe bet getting in here. And you got Shumatch too, and Shumatch are really good ATGM infantry. So you got a nice defense. So let's see what goes on as your teammate on the right hand side moves along. It's a little bit slow getting into Alpha, but that is because of the helicopter rush. And getting into Alpha also very important on this map. And an SU-7 seems like it's trying to go for the Macbeth, but of course the gun is off. Good play there. And there we just got a huge infantry force from Red, from Pampa to scan into the town, and really the best thing you can do on Delta is just spam infantry. And when you got Proletariat, you're spamming yourself to victory. Right, yeah. So you're just defending the left hand side, nothing too crazy. Which does actually make quite a bit of sense, because you need tanks really to attack India. And to, you know, fully capture this zone, you need quite a big force to eventually move up. You can't do it with a small token force. Especially only on like a 500 point match, it's very hard, I'd have to say, to balance your funds. Or hey, whatever floats your boat. And then we got Sayach, nah, not doing too great against Proletariat. The Roviatos are helping out just a little bit, but nothing exactly too much. Let's focus on left. There we got those T-55s being brought out, and these are only, nothing really too crazy here, just 40-point tanks, very throwable. The Chumats are going to be able to get some good kills on them. We may want to get this guy into cover ASAP, because, oh damn, he survived quite a bit. I'm rather surprised, yeah. But yeah, definitely, there we go, we got a K1 tank here, which, yeah, pretty decent tank. Very good mid-range, kind of like an IP Abrams. Or on the right hand side, going in for a rocket run it seems. But yeah, just looking at it from hindsight, it may have been a better idea to position your K1 on the right hand side here to shoot at the T-55s. I mean, this is also a good spot, but they're most likely going to come down through this road because of the cover. I mean, the Chumat, like here, would be able to completely cover your zone, and you can see the enemy sort of flanking around to the left, and you got a second K1 being brought up, and you're moving it all the way to the flank, which isn't a bad idea, per se. I mean, you got the Chumat here as well, but on the flanks, especially on this area, all you need is just a cheap recon, such as a Hachinan Isiki to hold it. If you see him attack and move up, yeah, and you bomb them to bits, but it's usually not the best. I'm contradicting myself. Usually not the best idea to keep these heavy hitters on a far flank, where they could be much useful in the center right here. Let's see what you're going for, covering all your flanks. And on the right hand side, McVenna doing a pretty decent job contesting the town. He has infantry or a Magland squad in Alpha, which is very important, and he also has recon and stuff. So nothing really too substantial, but he has all his flanks covered with just a little bit. And that McCurva 208 is ridiculously good tank, Jesus. Absolutely fantastic tank. And here comes the Gamma Russ again. You know, do we have a bit better AA now? We got the Drakon. The Ram Raki is pretty much AA at this point. There's nothing really, you know, ground target to shoot at, so I don't think the Gammas are going to be doing all that much. Now the enemy is smoking you, Porterhouse, on the left-hand flank here. Not moving up here, so I'm guessing your Chumat forced Jam to smoke it, so you wouldn't stop shooting at the BMPs and T-55s. Which is always a good thing. And they're coming in with even more smoke. So here we go, mod shooting and marking the infantry. I mean mortars, I should really say, my bad. Always a good idea. Now it's a rather tricky position on your end. You've got mod shooting that's moving up, and you really can't shoot into him. The enemy's done a very good job with the smoke. They can't shoot into the flanks because you have nothing on the flanks here at the proper angle. So these mod shootings aren't going to get in. And honestly, I'm guessing the mod shootings are going to win this engagement. You got rangers here too, but actually, damn, they're strong shoot. Oh, never mind. They're getting ripped apart. You know, once the mod shootings gets that 944 rolling, it's kind of just GG. And here comes the second assault. Now, the best thing I think you could have done is, do you have mortars back here? They have run. Yeah, start just firing them, try to get in. And there we go, LAVs or KFVs, getting some good fire support. You knocked down half of those mod shooting jabs before they can get to the town, which is very important, because when you are playing Blue Dragon deck, or you don't really have the infantry advantage. Now, this is something quite interesting. I'm attacking the left-hand flank. I'm guessing Troy has the tanks here. And just looking at it from, you know, God's eye view, got a pretty good attacking angle. The Concourse is really the only scary thing. Got T-55s on the flank, and if they can side shot you, that won't exactly go too well. M36 is also a great fire support vehicle. I mean, there's a reason they nerfed this for the Yugoslav version. But the good thing about Blue Dragon's run, it's still only 10 points. Because just a bit of Blue Dragon flavor right here. Now the MI35, oh damn, it does get a bit too close. He was very cocky of that. And the good thing the K1 does have machine gun fire. But attacking on the left-hand flank here, I've never really seen it been done before, especially on the left-hand side. But looking at it, it seems like a rather good idea, because if you manage to get into his forest, the main thing in India is just town, as always. Towns are the vital point. Because what happens most of the time is the person captures forest, and then they try to get into his forest. And getting from mid here is usually a pain in the butt. And even though you manage to capture this entire sector, let's say, for example, you still got to clear out the town. And town clearing out is never all that fun. So doing that first is a different way of doing it, I have to say. And the K1 is going to kill the T-55s. Those are easy targets, right? Yeah. It's even trying to mortar through K1, but not doing a great job. And damn, as you can see, the Mortution, the best way to deal with Mortution as playing as any deck that doesn't have good infantry is to rely on fire support. The K1s here can shoot into the Mortution if they can spot him. And he probably could have got some more infantry in the middle to hold it. And yeah, bringing up the reinforcements. There's nothing really here that can shoot your reinforcements, which is very good for you. Those T-55s getting knocked out. And they easily managed to get back into here. And the Shuns, I forgot about these guys. They're pretty decent. Just standard regular infantry, same with the Cooties, which are the elite guys. Yeah, they got the mini-me as well, which is... I'm gonna be honest, I don't know too much about Blue Dragon infantry. It's all just... It's all Asian to me. But you got the K1s on the flank. Now we do lose line of sight a bit on the Mortution. Yeah, still killing on T-55s, and it's a good thing the opponent hasn't brought up anything heavier, such as a Moderna. Never mind, the enemy brought up a Moderna. I should really eat my own words at that one. And the K1s are still a good flank. There we go, bring up the A-Hates. One thing I was worried about here is, well, first off, an SU-25 coming in, and you do move it back in time. Good movement here. But knowing that your K1s are pretty much exposed, you do want to get them out of there, because those Mortutions will kill them very easily in CQC. I mean, you do have the helicopter, but helicopters against infantry in forests, they're not the best idea. Now you're really starting to reinforce. That's so you got your buddy coming over to help you, Can MacArthur, with the Spike Squad. And looking at it, well, let's see from your point of view. You can't really see anything in the forest, or really anything at all. Oh, there we go. May have also been, just, you know, side note, put like a recon infantry guy here or here. You can actually sneak a recon infantry guy here if you just kind of slowly crawl across. And from here, you can very much easily see enemy reinforcements. Now, looking at this from, of course, a God's Eye view, the enemy doesn't really have too much in the forest. The Commando OC squad is rather scary, but with the fire support, especially in the forest, you should be able to deal with them. So, potentially, you could have attacked into here and gained this position, which is a very important position to own, because that's one step into India. Now, if we take a look at your buddy Can MacArthur, also in the point advantage, which is, of course, very important, and 230 points to 0 in 24 minutes is rather comfortable, I have to say. You're looking at this as well. Another strategy you could have done is maybe just defend it here. Didn't bother trying to attack into India, just hold what you got. And then on the right hand side, try to help your buddy. Because he's doing fairly around Delta. The main thing is he doesn't have a CV in here, so the enemy is slowly gaining +1. But for example, a 2-pronged assault to Charlie, especially looking at it right now with not much in there except for that goddamn stealth tank, could have gone rather well. You move along the forest there, get a bit of recon position, and then you just spam tanks with smoke into Charlie. Also, another good thing is if you can capture control of its town before you attack it, that's even better. Anyway, there we go, we got smoke being dropped. And that's good play right there for a new player using the smoke, even I don't use smoke that much. And of course, you know, God's Eye view once again, we can see there's nothing that could have really shot you, but it's still good movement nonetheless. You got the ninja being brought out. Unfortunately, that Tor can't see you, but here is the big problem. It's a Moderna. Now the K1s, you have 3 of them, which is good. In hindsight, it probably would have been better to get rid of 2 of them and get like a Kaimara Siki. Especially in a 2v2. I'd always try to have one super heavy tank on the field, because in Wargame, with tank battles, it's really just the biggest fist wins. And the Moderna right now is the biggest fist, but you're actually gonna kill it, aren't you? Wow, you actually killed it. You good job. Good job. That's double the price. Almost double the price of your K1 Raya. I'm amazed. He was an absolute idiot. He didn't even move it back. Like, that was very bad positioning on your opponent's part. Like, if he just moved it into his forest, it would have saved him a whole lot of hassle. But always a good idea still to have the super heavy tank. Because in a head-on engagement, it's a much more safer bet. Because if he turned around and didn't expose the side armor, I believe he could have done a pretty good job killing your K1s. I think at that range, your K1s wouldn't have that much penetration power on the Moderna. It only has 16 AP, which is a bit weak for 90 points, I have to say. But you do have 17 armor, which is... that's a good amount. And in Delta, it's just a lot of napalm over here. A lot of hot fire. It's also rather lucky that Redfall didn't attack heavily on Alpha, because usually on the right-hand side of this map, I see this quite a lot in replays. People try to rush into here, either get into this bottom forest, or rushing into the town, especially that helicopter rush. Because an infantry is so, well, look, behind you, even just motorized infantry, could have really caused a pain in the butt in Alpha. And if you did lose Alpha, for example, it would have been a good idea to immediately retake it ASAP. But yeah, you got a very good position on this left-hand flank here. You're getting some good snipes, SU-25K kills a K1, but you still got 2 more, so it's not too much of an issue. And the SU-25 also gets shot down. And his T-55, damn, he is extremely close to the infantry here. Just move it up a little bit. You could probably see it, but sneaky T-55s trying to be an M84AN. And McVenna, of course, using the Gavatis is a best idea. I love spamming Gavatis. As is row, I pretty much get free cards with them. In Syat 13 and Roviat in Makerva 2s, because these guys are so bloody good in infantry fights. And the Kernash dropping in full of bombs. And of course, looking at some God's Eye view, now we're in a pretty good time to try and get into the town. Because if you manage to get into the town of regular infantry and throw in some Chumat, you effectively have India under control. Because the Chumat squad here pretty much shot down anything that tries to move across. So it is, yeah, also over here you got a rather big force as well, a lot of infantry. I think if you did another smoke attack and attacked into the forest, it could have gone it could go rather well. You just have to be worried of course, bombers ruining your day. And also looking at it, you only have the Tansam short arrows, the only one I'm seeing you use so far, not seen any other AA. And the Tansams, if we just take a look at their stats real fast, I keep pressing the space button instead of the information button. There we go. Oh, yeah, that was a Steam update, I apologise, and Squad's been done downloading as they play it. Okay, but the Tansams, really good against helicopters, as you can see. 3.3 kilometer range, that is pretty damn good range. You can snipe them before they can even hit you. 50% accuracy, 5 HE, all good anti-helicopter stats. But the airplane range is pretty abysmal. And it only does 5 HE. So, yeah, you got the mortars. I thought it were the cannon versions. So you have really good anti-helicopter defense, but those SU-25s and other planes are going to keep coming in and destroying your tanks. And you need radar AA to effectively deal with them. For plain Blue Dragons, You don't have that many good options. You got the 40-point minigun, South Korean Vulcan Pivad ripoff. It's not actually a ripoff. That's a good choice. You put it in the front lines, it stuns up the planes before they can bomb them. And I believe you can also get the Eichhawks, which Eichhawks aren't amazing, to be honest. They're very easily killed by even artillery. But they have the big missile and they have the range against airplanes. You still gotta be careful when using those radar IA pieces because they can get seeded. So you do probably want to get some proper anti-plane AA in your deck. That could have helped with the Su-25 from earlier. Now you're doing the smoke once again. Great job. You got the infantry. You're moving up. You killed whatever is over here. You're unloading. You're getting everything in. But is that a bomber coming in? No, that's an interceptor. Never mind. And looking at this, you should be able to easily clear this. You've got the grenade launchers stunning up the Marchuchin. The Commandosies are going to be the big threat in here. And the enemy Tor, I think, yeah, it's not even backing off. But if the enemy got a bomber, it could definitely do a lot of damage. Especially considering you don't really have much of an AA net. And also you have, if you are doing this or so, you have all these infantry back here as well that you could be using to help. I understand you want to keep some in reserve in case it goes tits up. But in this case, you should have just moved at least most of this up. At least just keep the Rangers and ATGM guys in here. These three squads could have definitely helped with the assault. But yeah, you gathered up your forces, you're attacked into the forest, and now it's under your control. You're now step 2 out of 3, or step 2 out of 4, I'd say, from capping India. Step 3 would be capping this thing, and step 4 would be capping the town. And looking at it now, well, not really too much here, but of course you don't know yet. If you take a look, yeah, it's just, you see the Kolos, you see the mortars backing off. And it'd probably been a good idea to reposition some of your K1s back here, or at least get a tank over here to help with this attack. Because even if you got the tanks, the K1s here, they don't exactly have a line of fire right now on the Rilk. If you had one here, or mainly here I should say, you could have shot at Rilk. And also having a tank in this position allows you to shoot stuff that comes up to the road. And you're, yeah, a bit, I think we're trying to kill the prams there, but they are already long gone. And what is this back here? Is that Smirch? Is that the Yugo Smirch? Yes, it is. No, it's not technically a Smirch. It's, let's take a look. Yeah, it's something completely different. Moving infantry across the open, trying to get into the forest. And you got the the LAVs, I should really say, covering, but yeah, a tank here would have really helped. And also, now you have this forest under control, these guys are definitely doing nothing right now. So just move them up, maybe just keep the rangers here, but short arrows or close arrows. Also using these guys, which are, once again, good against helicopters, and they're rather cheap, but they just can't kill planes. They can't kill planes effectively, I should say. See, it's Su-25 case that's going to come in. Can't even shoot it. Completely out of range. Here you got run missile off. And we got smoke in the town. Once again, good use of smoke. I gotta keep commending that, because a lot of players really end up forgetting on how to use smoke effectively. And if you take a quick look on the right hand side, let's see how McVenna's doing. He's completely captured Delta, and yeah, Alpha's still rather quiet. Redfall really could have took advantage in attacking Alpha here, because it's pretty unprotected, I have to say. You just bum rush into the town with Marchuchin spam, and you're all good to go. And yeah, you're pretty much completed step 3 and 4 right now of capping India. Yeah, slowly kicking out all the infantry, And your opponent, what's his name again? Yeah, Chiraki Freedom, really could have used of the tanks right here. Because a good tank or two, right, the Rilk, you know, back here, would have shot up the your infantry as they're moving into India with just some proper fast support, because you just completely walked right in there with the infantry across open ground and didn't even really get shot at. And still just, you know, move the forces in the back. Now you do spot CV, there we go. I'm guessing, of course, the bomber's being brought out, F1. Pretty damn good plane. It's no racing car, and it's no Harrier GR7, but those tactical bombs are damn accurate. Even the Peace Pheasant 2. A little bit overkill on the CV, but, I mean, I guess you got excited. And bringing up the block as well for air superiority, or escort, I should really say, also a good idea. Now, I know in the Reddit post you said, if you could run much quicker, and I'm guessing when you mean run much quicker, I'm guessing you mean in India. And you took your time, which honestly is a good thing to take your time in this game. Try not to rush too much. You could have done it a bit quicker, though, I have to say, if you had some tanks and you know, devoted more of your infantry to attack into the forest. But you did a pretty good job. You slowly cleared them out. You knocked out their enemy heavy tanks. You massed up a bunch of infantry and then just slowly moved through. If you wanted to win the match even quicker, maybe it could have been a good idea to... you could have gone to Charlie. Just looking by how lightly defended it is, but also at the same time, the go spawn right here means it's very easy for the enemy to reinforcements. So India was probably the best bet. And also the best thing about holding India is that once you hold it, the enemy has to go across 2 bridges. Very easy choke points to hold. You put an ATGM guy here and here, you're Gucci, essentially. You're good as gold. Yeah, just gain a nice slow +2 point advantage. Got the infantry in the town. And then once again, a tank would have definitely helped along this right-hand flank. Well, okay, Ron Jastly. Did they get... No, you got one... No, okay, you got them both grouped up on 1 HP, which is very lucky for the K1s. Surviving on that much HP. Let's just speed things up. Got all the smoke, Jesus. And just holding, no need to really full on attack, you got the +2 point advantage. Once you get the +2, you can really just take it easy, because that is the perfect point advantage to get. The enemy surrenders, and that will be a good game. You take the victory by 1,000 points. And yeah, yep, for saying that you're a rather new player, that was pretty good. You had to smoke, you gathered your forces, and you didn't, you know, attack serially. You didn't attack like 1 infantry squad at a time. You amassed and you blobbed in, which is how you want to attack in Wargame. And quick tips real fast, so I'll just recap. If you're attacking on an open area, especially at the beginning of the game, make sure to bring tanks or some sort of frontline heavy unit. Because even if you have ATGM infantry, you need something that can just take a beating, essentially. Yeah, it was a low point match too, so I can understand why you didn't bring a tank. And you also captured a town as well. But usually, you want to have a tank in when you're attacking in the early game over open ground. Proper radar AA, you cannot just get a ray using anti-helicopter AA. Fortunately, your opponent was rather light on bringing them up, so you didn't really have to worry too much. Maybe just brought up some heavier tanks. He did a good job killing the Moderna of the K1. That was impressive, I have to say. Your opponent was a bit of an idiot for not moving the Moderna. But against a proper player, if they have a super heavy tank, they will destroy you if you don't bring up either a super heavy tank or you anti-tank missile it to hell. And the second option's a bit harder. It's usually best to do both. And, yeah, maybe just spread out your tanks a bit more. Try to cover all the open ground. But you did a pretty good job in India. And, yeah, I hope that helped you. And I'm going to leave it off at, yeah, this has been another Rangru cast. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And usual, please just take it easy.